Hi, everybody. It's Adrian Zduńczyk, Cryptobirb, talking to you on today's AMA session, and I'm joined by my very good friend, by an excellent person, the great leader, great visionary, Petrix Barbosa of Matchain, who are incredible partners to the Birdness as well. And I'm honored and blessed to listen to a lot of wisdom about, well, about data ownership, about data sovereignty, about the technology, and it's all coming on the one term of Matchain. How's it going, Petrix? How are you feeling?
Fantastic. Great. Thank you for having me, having us here, not representing only Matchain, but everyone that work with, the whole community. It's lovely to be with you here, Adrian. Number one, maybe number second fan of you and the whole team.
Who's
I don't
number
want to take
one?
a family spot, but you know that we appreciate very much your work, your community, the
I
whole team
gotcha.
that you have close to our heart. So it's an honor to be over here. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, Mom. And you said number two. Who's number one?
I hope it's someone on your family, but I'm not gonna pick. I'm not gonna do this
I
fight.
got you. No, don't worry, my man. Listen, I mean, it's such an honor, right? Because I remember the discussions that we had earlier in the year about Matcha and about the plans, and so many of them have come true, and you guys have gone well beyond. Let's put it straightforward, and simple, easy to follow for the beginners, for those who are coming new to learn about Matchain. What is Matchain, Patrick? If you were to introduce it quickly.
Perfect. Matchain is a project that I've been working for approximately 3 years. It's an infrastructure project, so it's not like regular gaming or too much sector. No, Matchain came from the vision that we need to really create the Web3 uh, point that really matters in this space because we truly believe that if Web3 is an evolution or iteration from Web2, you need to live under it, right? Back in the past, I used to be a long-term investor in the space for more than 7 years, investing in a lot of protocols, over 250 of them. I saw all kind of good and bad things in the space, but focus on future, on good projects and good founders. I saw that good intention, good team, so many factors, excluding, of course, a lot of scammers, but so many of those good points was kind of irrelevant in this industry because the industry was not ready enough. The industry was didn't have the right infrastructure to sustain and hold those great projects. That was literally with a deadline, no matter how good or serious they were, based on bull bear market, based on cycle. If you didn't time your launch properly, your project and your idea can be dead, right? So I said, like, no, we need to do something different. And if Web3 is literally the evolution of Web2, let's really research and study what is Web2. So Matchain came with the vision to fill the gaps and correct within blockchain how Web2 should be today, which is named Web3. So we identify a few things. I will try to be as fast as possible, but it's still effective. So we learned that Web2 is amazing today, working very well, but it have two core problems. The first one is the identity crisis. It's a real big issue. Why? Because right now we have so many different applications, but those applications are mostly held and created by four or five big companies only. Why? And they just created different applications to start to create, to collect and understand our behavior and our data. So, but there's one very important point, Adrian, which inside those applications is the same Petrix, is the same Adrian. And the main business model of Web2 today, no matter what is the excuse, if it's a subscription or not, they collect our data and our behavior. But they collect our data in a double way, I would say, right? Because it's the same Adrian using Meta apps, it's the same Adrian using Alphabet apps or Apple, vice versa. And what you do inside those applications, it's different thing. Like for example, what you do on TikTok is not the same thing that you do on Amazon. What you do on on a Google research is not the same thing that you ask on uh, company that requires your live presence. But they all brag about the amount of data that they have. So, hey, I have like the biggest user base or database in the world. So if you combine all those data from Meta, Apple, Alphabet, we have like 3, 4 times the world population because we are not unique. So imagine if you everything that you do on chain or forget the on chain or off chain, but on the digital space, which is our digital footprint, would be connected in one place, in one single layer. And then, like, no matter what I do, because I can be a gamer, but I still eat. I still like to travel. I still like to listen to my favorite music, right? And if all my behaviors and things that I love would be in one part, that would be amazing. The quality of my data would be awesome. And we would fix the duplicity of users, I would say, which goes against counter fraud and etc. So Matchain came with the whole purpose to fix identity sovereignty. Once you fix identity sovereignty, you can fix data sovereignty. And all those data, which is personal, but that's the sovereignty part comes, must be stored in one part, which is the same business model as well from Web 2. So, what is the top points, the great points from Web 2? 3 points. No, not two, three. First point is user traffic. So, Web 2 got a lot of users, and it started with MySpace, with Facebook, right? So it was social applications that got a big volume. After you have a lot of user traffic, you have the data analytics because what those users are doing, you need to understand, you need to see the behaviors, you need to collect the data and analyze it. The third part, it's the cloud storage. So where all this information will be, how valuable it is, how safe, how secure. So here on Matchain, we try to replicate and mirror all those processes. First, achieving the biggest user traffic as possible. Second, data analytics will start to understand and read your behavior on chain and off chain. And the chain is our cloud storage. So the only reason why we have a chain, it's a database to store and protect your private daily activities on chain. So that's pretty much it, and try to be as much
Hmm.
as Web 2 as possible and not too
Yeah.
much technical. But Matchain is a Web 2.5 company focused on users that really aiming to give your power back or your control over your digital footprint so you can create your commercial value, understand how much you're worth it, and store your data securely and privately, and you decide if you monetize of it or not. You decide if you want to share of it or not, because right now we are doing anyway. Right now we are being stolen twice. They steal subscriptions, they charge us, and they still sell what we do, our behavior to other big companies.
True.
That's pretty
Well,
much it.
yeah, that's well put in, put right here, Petrix. And what I'm thinking, right, is since decentralized identity, the digital identity, the ownership over that, right? It also comes with some AI kind of like integrations, I do assume. Like, so how does it all connect? How do you use blockchain AI? How do you combine it for the Match ID? Would you mind talking through the Match ID a little bit as well?
I would love to talk about it. So basically, MatchID is our first door, our first funnel and product to go and achieve this path, right, of identity sovereignty. So MatchID is basically a Web 2.5 product as well, not too much Web 3 focus. It's simple, but it's, if you can put and understand this as a profile platform only, which has an SDK. We can use ourselves, we can put it on our website, or any company, the Birb Nest can use MatchID SDK and create your own ID and white label it. What matters is the people that you bring, the information that you have, are going to be in a single layer combined with the global database. But again, what is MatchID? MatchID is just an aggregator of data, of logins from your off-chain life and your on-chain life. So on Match ID, you can bind Twitter, TikTok, Gmail, whatever you use normally on the digital world on Web2 to log into platforms, to attend events, and etc. You can bind it over there, but also you can bind every single wallet. You can bind your Matchain wallet, you can bind Solana wallet, you can bind Bitcoin wallet, you can bind all your wallets that you want on that profile. Why is this so important? Because this is the main business model of Web2, like I told you. They read and understand our behaviors. Nobody's properly checking and understanding and combining the powers of our behaviors on chain. So nobody's reading those transactions on Solana. Nobody is truly trying to understand what those meme coins, the community is trying to say. Because even if it's a meme project, it's what they are willing. It's the spirit. It's what they like it. Even or especially on the other serious projects, the ones are gaming. It's about what you like to play. It's about what you like to read. So you store and you bind those off-chain logins, on-chain logins. AI come into play because hey, no matter what I do on those applications from Alphabet, it's still Alphabet deciding how much I'm worth. What is my data score? I have to trust them and what parameters they have. So we don't want to trust anymore any third part of someone that they can edit or alter any kind of information. So MatchID use AI profiling. Is that's the main part of the AI inside the MatchID, which will start to read your on and off chain behavior and start to create your profile, start to create your score and make yourself more and more unique and more authentic as much as you use. So let's go a little bit forward on the Match ID part of uniqueness. I don't need to also buying profiles. Let's say you can create 5,000 wallets, you can create 5,000 Twitters, but you're going to use this for something. And no matter how many times you create the different logins and way and platforms, you still log into one profile, we still under one. But now we're going to play a game, and this game will require your Twitter verification. Simple. That makes you unique? No, but it's one step towards. The other application will require your phone number. The other application will require your biometrical facial recognition because everybody has a phone, and this is a DeFi or banking application. The other applications are ticketing company that just sold you a ticket for Justin Timberlake. So I know that you attended a live event. The AI platform know that you played a game, that you have a biometric of facial recognition. AI profiling cross your behavior, make you unique without scanning your iris or your palm and be invasive little by little. And that give your score more and more of authenticity, of humanity. This makes like, hey, this is a real player, individual, unique, and look how many things he's doing using the AI profiling. So now you can play any games, no matter which chain, as long as you're logging with the Match ID profile, right? No matter which chain, don't have to be ours. Everything that you do off chain, you're doing and creating those steps in different applications. Match ID will create and show your data power, your data value. So, hey, my nephew is a gamer. He doesn't know that he's very much valuable to Alphabet or to Activision company. He's just having fun, right?
Right.
So imagine like, hey, the more game I play, more my data gaming score grew. Like amazing. So while I will play game using other logging platform that is not showing me I'm not growing, I'm not improving, right? And this is the same thing. Your data tag for lifestyle, for traveling, all the global general. So this is pretty much what is the Match A division. Combine your on and off chain logins and passports, AI reading this profile, and give you the score of your data, your commercial value of your digital footprint.
Mhm.
That's pretty much it. An aggregate to give you and show your commercial value.
Yeah. Okay. So which kind of like takes me, to the success that you had over the testnet, right? Because you roll out the testnet, and as far as I can recall, you would have about 1 million of those the almost 1 million of those digital decentralized identities, which is quite a milestone. Then you would have around 150 million transactions, on the testnet. So considering this success, what's the step towards the mainnet? What's the plan about the mainnet from your end?
Yes, we stayed close to 11 months on testnet. And even those numbers now, it's like almost half bigger already. Those stats from the testnet and is since we started to migrate it to the real mainnet and stack. So I would say that we are over 200 million transactions right now, a little bit over 1 million DID, but currently more than 12.3 million registered users across our dApps using Matchain. It's not mandatory for all of them because here's about the experience. Remember how I started Web2. You need to create social applications. You come, you stay because of the UX. You stay because you love it. So you don't require, in order for you to do this and that, you must do the ID. But if you want to do some different level of application, if you want to do that top level of the game, you need to verify these. You need to go. So we have over 1 million DIDs, but more than 12.3 million registered users on our ecosystem so far, which make us confidently the biggest chain on testnet prior to come with the user base size coming from Web2. 95% ish from our users are coming completely from Web2, which they don't have exchange account. We are the first community and first girlfriend or boyfriend that they have on crypto, I would say, that you fall in love and never forget it. So it's love or hate. So it's a very interesting community. It's a very strong passion that they have for what we're bringing to them. And it's very, very exciting. So right now we are already very, very close to mainnet. We already started our campaign Road to Mainnet, which are going to be live soon. We're going to be approximately only a month or 2 months on mainnet, where we are really taking our that legacy dApps, inviting new dApps to come on chain, creating tools and putting to the public and community so they can create more projects, they can create memes if they want to engage with the community and have a very strong, successful to try to transfer all those transactions that you just mentioned, all those users to our mainnet. And after this, launch our token on TG. A little bit very similar like other layer 2s from Ethereum did, right? And on their path. But they did it for 7 months, 1 year, and etc. We already have a very solid testnet and community. And I think it's wise, I hope, to launch at the peak of our mainnet. And don't wait too much. The community is waiting for it.
Hmm. Okay. And 250,000 daily active users is that what the community kind of like is coming around with 7 million plus for monthly active addresses, right? That's the information that transpires. Those are the numbers, those are the facts, those are big numbers, those are big facts. And you mentioned the community. Obviously it's very important to keep them going, right? To keep them entertained. Not only UX, obviously, is very important. Also, actually, the plan to sustain the growth, right? How are you planning to keep the growth coming?
So again, we believe that we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We need to create applications that users don't need to be taught too much, because, like I said, the first big step from Amazon growth was users, customer first. It's always like that. That's how Web2 was shipped as well. So how to keep planning to sustain the growth is keep introducing and presenting to that community, which is literally they are not on the Twitter community for now. We have a great one. We have a great one on Telegram. Have a great one on Web3 native social applications, Discord, etc. But our users, they live inside our applications and they live with our real team members or ambassadors that I have across the world, especially on the APAC region, daily in person with them. And they can't wait to see what is the next step that is coming to Matchain. How can I have another token and another skin in the game? How can I use my talents that helped to bring this depth so high to the next one? So we want to create and bring applications that they really needed of daily life. Is not I'm not talking about like restaking 55 steps. They will not get it, right? They will not get it. So, and this is not even my job to do it. My job is to hey, create applications that they want to use in the daily life that they're gonna do, no matter if it's sunny, rainbow, or thunderstorms outside. So people will chat on social applications. People will, of course, play games. People will, of course, keep buying things because Christmas doesn't care if it's bull or bear market. So we have like a very good social application, have a very good games and more games coming from simple games, basic, to triple A shooting cyber game coming to our chain to be launched during our mainnet. We have a e-commerce platform which we see many projects or companies trying to do e-commerce projects out there, but we didn't have to do from the bottom. We have a very strong e-commerce platform coming, which will basically, I cannot say that much, but will almost double our user base, minimum and confidently. Why I say it? Because part of our strategy to keep this volume is blockchain is a solution for a problem. Find places, industries, companies in the real world that have this problem. So we have a big research team, big contacts, big way to investigate companies that would need blockchain adoption. We did this, we understood, we analyzed, and we found a very good e-commerce company platform in certain region of the world, which was with more than 50 million registered users, 1.5 million daily active users, people shopping, but real shopping goods. But hey, how blockchain can improve your business? How can your membership, your Prime membership, be on chain and give points to your users, to your buyers? How can they can get discounts if they do it? So we understood, we spoke, we empowered them, and now we are really bringing real users from an e-commerce platform on chain. And now they will have a wallet. And this wallet, you're going to introduce other applications for them as well. So basically, how do we keep that? How do we plan to keep it? It's like keep it simple. Find companies, industries, supply chains, fans from football or others, Formula Ones or other sports that would love to understand a little bit more of this world. And those big companies, because everything in the end, you are the master of it. You know that is the on the community. The power of community change game, which is the customer for Amazon, which is the fans for any sports team, which is the community for any crypto project. So find centers that have big, strong power of community, a sense of family in general, that need help, that need support, and bring and introduce blockchain to them. So that's pretty much our strategy. I'm not here to attack other chains. I'm not here to steal users from Arbitrum, Solana, and etc. I'm here to build a bigger user base than them. So at a certain point, we have to team up. And hey, I have a lot of users for you. Let's use it. But hey, you have to do with MatchID, okay? So we combine
That's
all the
smart.
data from A, B, C, D at one place.
Smart. That's smart. That's a good trick, right? Ultimately, and also serves the Web2 industry very well, right? It's very synergetic because it brings all of those people, that didn't have anything to do with crypto and brings them and onboards them into crypto Web3 actually. And it just increases the user base at all, right? It just helps the ecosystem, the community as in the global community, not the project community, but the total crypto community kind of like grow. That's incredible. And it also comes with the good people, with the right people behind the steering wheel, yourself included, Petrix, right? You and I, we know each other for we know each other for quite some time already, which is what which is what's funny and kind of like is difficult at any time I talk to my friends. It's difficult to keep the discussion serious, although we have a very serious topic in here,
Yeah.
and Match is an incredible project, right? And let's talk about your team for a moment, right? Because
Sure.
the diversity, the education, the intellectual capacity that you guys have is incredible. And what would you say, like, what's the best type of skills, experiences of your team that create Matchain so unique, so original?
It's a great question, and I'm totally biased to respond to that. I love my team. I love the people that work with us. I'm very tough on them, but I would say that like we have so many great points, and of course we are far from being perfect. Don't take it wrong. We are constantly trying to improve and get better daily, but I think that's everywhere, every day. And whenever you assume that you know everything, you are done. But we are very blessed and glad to have great, strong partners and advisors by our side. And again, this is not no pun intended, but yourself and your team is one of them. So first, it's not just about our team; it's about the people that surround my team. But they're coming down to my team. I believe that our resilience and our passion on what we have is the first thing. No matter how big is our credentials, Harvard, MIT, or experience, and etc., you can always bail. You can always, if you don't believe it too much, if you don't trust in your team, if your culture is not right, you're not gonna make it. So just to give a separate example on this, like Elon Musk, he's not like a a spaceship engineer, but he said, "I'm going to space. I'm gonna go to space." So, like, who said that he doesn't have that credential that would qualify him to do those things? So we came from a diverse background, but we understood the core of the problem. We understood what would be like what we truly, strongly, firmly believe the best and the main business model of Web3 in general. What is this kind of tool that will join back, unify all ecosystems, because everything is siloed in islands today. If blockchain would be like cell phones, we would need 10 cell phones to use applications on our pocket. This is unbearable, right? So my vision is I need to find the best people that I have around me. I did some wrong shots, some good shots. Today, I'm so happy with the structure that you have. And then I said, like, I need to find someone with diverse background that is committed, that believe in the vision, and that will understand our culture of resilience and toughness in the goal. So I'm so proud that I have, for example, I have Anastasia Drnevskaya, which is our top CMO. She was CEO of communications on Cointelegraph for 4 years, plenty experience on the space and media and marketing, understanding and reading what the whole world is talking daily on the news. So, what is the sentiment? Very proud to have with us Jessie Xiao as our Chief Commercial Officer. She's crypto savvy for more than 5 years, but not full time in the industry. Previously, she was working a big Wall Street company called Macquarie Asset Management, and she was head of government affairs, working in Washington, straight with Kamala, Obama before, like going back and forth. And she understands what is the power of centralization, how blockchain could improve all of these, and relationship. And join our team. MIT graduated, cum laude, like all those things. What else? We have Thomas, our chief strategy officer. Thomas is ex big employee from Microsoft. Also, he helped build Scroll, which is another blockchain. He helped to build almost basically Chainlink from 30 partnerships to 1,600 partnership. And all those things moved him and graduated him to be the head of growth later on BNB Chain. So he
Mhm.
was literally working with the top two people that we know very well in the leadership on Binance on BNB chain for quite some good time. And then on a partnership that we were working together between Matchain and BNB, we fell in love with the vision and etc. Now I'm glad to call, and sorry guys, but to have Thomas working with us here on Matchain. So he's our chief strategy officer, which was leading one of the top, maybe the second biggest chain that exists, and help to design our strategy and run towards long term. We have Ricky, which is our COO. She's a business intelligence background, data, and so on. So our team is very diverse, but it's very savvy, very eager. You see a challenge, and then we like, awesome, love it. How can I kill it, right? So that's pretty much what I would say. Regardless of credentials, is the spirit.
Rather. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's incredible, man, and I couldn't agree more. The work culture is something that is extremely important, right? And it's also very scarce in this industry, full of scammers and those people who are gonna rip you off at any time. Which is so important that once you catch those those diamond, those gems, those incredibly talented people. It's very important to, pave the way for the mutual success and make sure that everybody, including the community, the project, also benefit from it very well. And that takes me to the last question that I have for you, Petrix, right? Within our AMA, because what may come interesting to our audience, to the viewers and listeners, to the new followers of Matchain, is the future vision, right? So what's the plan for the next months? What's then the plan for the next 2-3 years?
So,
Something to keep in mind for the community. What's that gonna be, Beatrix?
so short, very short term, we're coming mainnet publicly very soon. We love if the community join, transact on our applications. We're gonna do it. We'll provide the tools for you to create your application or your token to engage and be part of this mainnet. And of course, we're gonna reward everyone. We're gonna have a system for airdrops and etc. TG token generation event and listing on exchanges coming very soon as well. I would say end of September ish, beginning of Q4. So it's very close. We're very excited. Can't wait to go to this phase. And what is coming in the future for us, we're going to work really, really hard to achieve at least 100 million monthly active users, less than 1 year on our chain in general with applications. We have a strong this goal and we know we can achieve it. We really know that we can do it. Um, and the big vision in general is to become the biggest decentralized data company in the world. Our chain is a database for data, personal data, which I don't own, nobody owns. Government cannot request me information from the users, and I will never do it, but I cannot request anyway because I cannot give the users on it. So the big vision is we're building this decentralized internet, which is owned by nodes, which mine tokens, and those nodes will be within the time owned by everybody. So I don't own my chain. My team doesn't own my chain. We own a node. And if you will win, we're going to get shares, part of the rewards. But if the community, if brands, everyone that will contribute to this web of data and identities, I'm going to pay from all those validators, from all those nodes. So that's the future that I envision where everyone is contributing. I'm going to create my domain. I'm going to invite people to create the MatchID profile and to live in the digital world and get back ownership of the commercial value and digital footprint. But I'm going to definitely get paid over it, right? So that's the vision that I have. Matchain is a public company in general, not public on the stock says. I'm talking about community owned. AI will do all the job, which you don't have to trust a third party man anymore, evaluating who you are. And that's pretty much it. There we go. Match. It's just the sparkle, just the flame that will provide you the infrastructure to create whatever you want, as long as you have control back.
Wow, that's so well put right here for the people put forward, and I highly recommend for everybody to go ahead and give a check to their incredible Twitter profile with an outstanding 333,000. Now we just need to put it back to three as well. This is going to be free, four threes, right?
Wow.
333.3. That's what we have to do. Incredible Twitter profile, X profile, and I love so much the background building the next generation of the internet, something that I couldn't agree more with. And I highly recommend it, guys, so that you keep in touch with them, so that you stay tuned and notified anytime. So it's worth keeping the notification bells on, as well as the follow the follow button. Obviously there is incredible big news just like this one from June, where the actual BNB chain announcement was there, implemented with the roll up. And there are so many more of the incredible content. They host very often good spaces, good sessions to keep the community informed and engaged fairly and thoroughly. And that's what's happening, right? And ultimately, like I said, having Petrix here for such a good time, for such an fruitful AMA session. That's been a blessing. Anytime I speak with you, I'm always even more inspired. You have incredible knowledge. You're an incredible, strong leader. Great leadership from your end also paves the way for the incredible team that you have to follow for for the mainnet, for the TGE, for all those big millions and millions and millions of users becoming the largest internet, the decentralized internet, kind of like with data sovereignty and ownership. And that's something that I wish to you. That's something that I wish to everybody. And in order to achieve that, you guys may want to literally follow Matchain on Twitter. And Petrix, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, my brother. And all the best success, all the beautiful wishes to your incredible team. The community is insane and amazing and beautiful. So huge shout out to all the Matchain community as well. Congratulations and thanks for coming. Is there anything, any golden takeaway that you'd like to leave our viewers and listeners with?
Uh, no, I'd just like to thank you so much, and you and the Bourbonnais team. Like I said, I'm a big fan of you guys. Appreciate the opportunity to be here and share a little bit more. Like you said in the beginning, we could be talking for 5, 6 hours. Doesn't matter. We would go and on and on.
That's true.
So I hope we can do this more often on our platform, on your platform, and just to share a little bit more their visions and maybe someday answer questions from the community as well together.
That's
And
it.
just thank you so much. It's a pleasure. We appreciate your support and guidance that you give to us as well. And I invite all your community to join us and to learn and to help to educate the one that is coming.
That's it. And I do welcome everybody to join on the Matchain trade right there. We are all, like I said, part of the crew. We are partners. We're incredibly good, uh, reliable friends of Matchain, right? The friendship is important, partnership is important, the reliability. Those are all keywords in this industry, like I said, filled with scammers and bad actors and impersonators. And well, let's all go for Matchain to actually find it and make it better. Thank you so much for coming to our show. I've been your host, Adrian Zduńczyk, CMT, and let's roll on to the next one. God bless.